Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have a Republic versus Scum matchup. Yes, that's some clone Z95s on the table, and yes, that is 4 Kiraxes on the other side of the table. Myself and Ben decided we'd just have a little bit of fun the other night, and this is what we have for you. So the mission is assault at the satellite array, so being at range 1 of those objectives is going to score us points, but let's run through those lists. So, as I said, I am running the Republic on the left-hand side. I've got Shaak in the Aethersprite with brilliant evasion, marksmanship, autoblasters, R7A7 Astromech, and a cheeky targeted computer so that I can actually lock without having to spend the force. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Delta 7. This is the CLT variety with brilliant evasion, heightened perception, R4 Astromech, and calibrated laser targeting. We've got Barriss Offee as well in the Delta 7 with heightened perception, R4 Astromech, and calibrated laser targeting. And for your Z95s, we have Boost with expert handling, fire control system, munitions failsafe, and plasma torpedoes. And rounding the list off, we have Knack, who has fire control system and plasma torpedoes. So we've got a bit of punch in there, a bit of speed in there. It's should be a fun list to fly. I love flying the Delta 7s. I really like flying Shaak in the Aethersprite. I think her ability is absolutely fantastic. Over on the other side, as we said, we have Ben's Scum list, and he has brought an interesting Scum list. He's got Drea Renthal in the BTLA Y-Wing with expert handling, dorsal turret, dead man switch, and angled deflectors, giving her the reinforce at the expense of a shield. We've got 2 Black Sun aces with outmaneuver. That is your green and blue marked ships, so the ones all the way on the outside. And stuck in the middle there with Drea, we have 2 more Black Sun ace Kirax fighters with fearless contraband cybernetics and the electronic baffles. So this does work out quite easy for Ben, as 4 of his ships basically do the same thing, and he just really wanted to run a lot of Kiraxes. Don't blame him. I do really like the Kirax. We don't see enough of it on the table, but how that's going to play out when it comes up against these Jedi and the clones, I don't know. It's going to be a good fun game, but it looks like so far Ben is pressing down the middle with some of his Kiraxes, with one of the outmaneuver ones obviously looking to join up with them. The weight of fire that they can put out is quite daunting and can do some serious work. So it's all probably going to come down to the focus fire between these 2 lists. Who can focus fire best and get the other ships down? Drea Renthal, with her ability though, is going to come in massive for Ben, allowing a reroll whilst the ship is in her firing arc. And with that dorsal turret as well, that's essentially going to mean that there's 180 degrees that she is covering. So if I can get out of that firing arc and stop rerolls, that is going to be impressive. But it looks like my Republic squadron is all going to be meeting up towards the bottom of the board. They're all joining up quite quickly, trying to leave one of those Kiraxes sort of out in the open and ignore that and just concentrate on that big block coming at me in the middle. Obviously a lot of good firepower there, calibrated laser targeting, getting that bullseye in, adding the focus. That can be absolutely brilliant. Range 1 with a focus in bullseye. You can have 3 dice to roll, 1 automatic focus, a lot of potential there. And between Shaak T and Obi-Wan, they're going to allow some of those focuses to stick around a little bit longer. Obi-Wan's ability that if another ship spends a focus, he can use a force and they keep hold of that focus, which will be really handy for Shaak T, who's already done it once so far, to spend a force to allow up to 2 ships with her to keep hold of their focuses in the end phase. The sneaky thing with that is that you can do that before you recharge your force. So you can be like, oh, I'm going to keep hold of 2 focuses and then regain 1 force. I think that's a fantastic ability. Action economy is obviously always huge. If you can maximize your economy there, it's going to be really good for you. And here come the Kiraxes. They are pushing straight down towards the Republic. And our straggler at the top is looking to get his way down there as well. Ooh, that's unfortunate though, because that is going to land right on that obstacle. Fortunately for Ben, that is a gas cloud, so not going to cause any damage. But it is going to ionize him, so that Kirax is going to take a little bit longer now to get into the fight. And even if it did have range this turn, no shots there, so that is ideal for me to start with. And Boost has lined up quite a nice shot there on to yellow. Another plus side for Ben of obviously having all 4 Black Sun aces, with them all having the same dial, pretty much the same upgrades and the same initiative. He has so much flexibility in which one he moves first. He could throw one in to block, causing an absolute nuisance there for my ships, and just line up some really nice shots, get that net really wide to catch my ships. But it looks like double lock onto yellow now. Yellow definitely seems to be the priority target. And Shaak T is pushing those engines a little bit far. Barrel roll to get in behind Boost there, but I foolishly put in a speed 3 rather than a speed 2, and that is a damage on Shaak T. Less than ideal when you only have 2 health on a ship to basically give away a third of your ship's health there. So yeah, tip, don't do that. Ooh, although that is much better from Knack, leapfrogging over Barriss there. So the dial gives with one hand and takes with the other. And yet it does appear that yellow might have offended the Republic at this point, because that is where all of the shots seem to be going in right now. And we've definitely got at least 1 CLT live into yellow. And it's so close with Shaak. I'm not sure if she's got bullseye for marksmanship, but let's see. CLT is absolutely live there. And Obi-Wan has the focus as well, so that is perfectly lined up. No need for heightened perception as we do out initiative all of the ships on the other side. And unfortunately, the dice cam for some reason was a little bit out of focus. We didn't realise at the time, but that is spending the focus, 2 hits going into yellow, forcing the focus spend from Ben. I mean, that's a great point to do it, because you're maximizing your defense there with that focus, so don't really want to give up too much health too cheaply too early. Plasma torpedo coming in from Knack, fire control system. That is going to be hit crit. And with plasma torpedoes, that shield goes down first. So whilst Ben got the evade, it's still the full 3 damage going through. So hit crit. And that crit is a fuel leak. Not the best crit to get when you still have quite a lot of health to go through, and still plenty more shots to come at you as well. If Shaak has that bullseye with Marksmanship and then R7A7, that could be a very sorry Kirax there in the middle. Then just debating where the best target is going to be. Obviously, both Force users still have Force for evades. Obi-Wan also has brilliant evasion, but Knack does not have a focus. I believe might be in range 2 as well. Those Force users, I think. Looks like Obi-Wan might be range 2, but Barriss would be range 3. Well, looks like it's actually from Drea first, so that's all range 3 for Drea there. She does not benefit from her rerolls because her ability is non-limited ships. It's a very big decision who you do go into first, because that, if you do well into that first ship, you can then focus fire down, but looks like that was going into Obi-Wan, and I managed to get the 1 evade I needed. Had the Force available there as well, but if we don't have to use it, that is for the best. Oh yeah, that Marksmanship line is very wide of the mark there and cannot even tag red, so it's just going to be a regular shot from the Etta. So 2 dice. Obviously when you got bullseye you get that 3rd dice, but Marksmanship would have been the more important part of that, but it is evaded by yellow. No further damage. Moving down the order, we've obviously got Barriss next. So hit crit. Oh, cheeky evades there. And Ben has the initiative, so it is going to be the Black Sun Aces coming in next. Is he going for Obi-Wan there, or is he going for Knack? I think that's actually into Knack. So reroll for Drea. And yep, that's into Knack. That is shields down on Knack there. Looks like yellow is going to follow up. Oh, the reroll for Drea. And having had spent that focus earlier, not ideal, but still Still gets the damage to a Knack. Knack is now down to 1. We could be losing a Z95 in turn 2 here in the first round of shooting. Oh, 3 hits. That could do it. Knack is going to need a perfect roll here. And it is Natty's 3 natural evades. Knack will survive this round somehow. That is absolutely incredible. Ben actually thought when he got the 3 hits, he thought that that was guaranteed down. Had to remind him that it's range 3, I have 3 dice, and then the dice just went, yep, we definitely have your back there. Oh, big shot from Boost. That is yellow down. Good start for the Republic there. 1 Kirax down. Especially if that Kirax gets in range 1 with Fearless, can be absolutely crazy. Now, objective scoring. I'm going to be getting 1, and Ben is going to score 2. So the focus firing down onto yellow did pay out that time. Can that be repeated in turn 3? We will have the other, more than likely, the other Kirax joining the fight. So that'd be blue coming down. So we'll have 2 with outmaneuver, which is going to be quite scary to be honest. Outmaneuver is pretty good. Lovely position for red there. Could get right in the way of my ships there and cause a few bumps. We will have to see how that plays out. Did I anticipate that? Did I react accordingly? That is going to be the question. The Shaak did use her ability to allow Boost to keep hold of his focus, which is actually quite handy because he is going to be bumping into red, so not having to take the stressful focus there. Could have tried to go a bit shorter, but one of those things where you've got ships with different speed maneuvers, you have to look at their dials, and going short wouldn't have really helped because Shaak wouldn't have been able to go short enough to, but long enough to jump over and definitely be okay. Well, there's the reinforce from Drea using the angle deflectors. Let's see, can Shaak do this without bumping again? Yes, she can. Just about make that. The focus is down. We are in bullseye, marksmanship, R7A7, all of the fun stuff there. And that is going to be incredibly... Nope. Barriss does not make it through. Not gonna lie, I got a little bit confused as to which way round my Z95s were moving. Forgot that Knack was actually an I5 and Barriss is an I4. So that is shields down on Barriss, giving away hit points left, right and centre to Ben. Will he be able to capitalise on that though? And Knack just getting out of dodge there. Looking back now, could have been nice to have maybe done a 2 straight and get over the top of red and get into a nice position to get right into Drea's face there. Obviously, if I had done that and managed to take Drea out, that would have been Knack taken out because of the dead man switch. So Obi-Wan switching targets onto Drea there. Reinforce on a Y-wing is, I think, actually quite brilliant. Very low evade dice. You've got 1 evade dice, at most 3 if it's range 3 through an obstacle. So having that reinforce as well just gives you some extra longevity in there. So that is a hit and 2 crits. Blank out, so that is going to be crit. So shield and crit, and it is a blinded pilot onto Drea there. So only able to modify dice in attack by using the force. And nothing to speak of there in return. They're going to be moving down to Barriss, who has the range 1 bullseye shot. Again, would have been great to have an actual focus token here, but potentially get some good dice. Still have the force to change one with. Ooh, would have been nice to have a focus, but that is going to be 3 hits into red. And double evade there from red, so just shields down. No need to spend that force, which is unfortunate. Would have been nice. Focus, sorry, would have been nice to have got rid of that focus. And Shakti spending the focus, spending an R7A7 charge. So focus spent there, so that is hit, crit, and crit. So it's a weapons failure and a fuel leak. Would have loved that the other way around. But that is 1 fewer dice to come back from red, so that is a good one there. We are on track potentially. I know it's an unmodified shot, but boost could do some work back there into red. Drea reroll, 3 hits. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is into Shakti. And that's Shakti gone. The Etters are not made for jousting. They are definitely there for swooping around the outside. Ooh, spending that focus on the attack. Aggressive and clearly not the best play there, unfortunately. Didn't quite have enough focuses for Brilliant Evasion to actually be worth it. And that is also Knack down. Outmaneuver is really good. That's why it's a very expensive upgrade. But that's 2 ships down. That's a big point swing in Ben's favour. Start of the round, it was 5-2 for me. Now it is 10-5 for Ben. And he's still got one more. Well, he's still got one more Kirax to shoot. The debate, does he go into Barriss or does he go into Boost? So range 1 into Boost, so it's 4 dice, but there is a focus token there. It is going to be into Boost. So that is at least 3 so far. Oh, that's all 4. Outmaneuver is not active, so I do get definitely losing 2. Definitely losing 3 ships this turn. That is a blank out on Boost. That is incredibly unfortunate there. Boost does still get to shoot, but I am now down to just 2 Delta 7s. We have seen what they can do in the Clone Wars. They can take down many ships, they can stop Grievous, but how will 2 Delta 7s fare against this Scum? Can Boost finish off Red with an unmodifiable shot? That is the question. Sneak 1 crit through, and Red is gone. 1 hit. And it is evaded. Oh, that really flipped on its head that turn. Absolute. Oh, I had a 3-point lead going into that turn. Now Ben has a 9-point lead instead. That does hurt. That does hurt a lot. But as I said, we've got Obi-Wan, we've got Barriss. Between them, they can do this. Obi-Wan's not in a great position, though, to stay aggressive. A hard turn in is going to be easily blockable by Ben. Barriss as well has to take into account where are these Kirax going to be. Red is probably going to do... Red is jumping straight over. Looks like Contraband Cybernetics has been triggered, so that does clear the way. But if green comes in there, that could easily block Barriss. That would be incredibly unfortunate. So it looks like the weapons failure has been repaired on Red. Oh, lovely position there from green. That could cause some issues for Barriss if she's doing anything shorter than 3, more likely a 4. She is going to get blocked and is going to have 2 Kiraxes coming at her. Again, where is Obi-Wan going to go? Is he going to turn away and head towards blue? Is he going to just go straight for it into the fight and see if he can take on Drea? Smart move here from Ben would be to move. If blue does a 2 or 3 forward, could get right in the way. There we go, 2 forward. That would stop most moves. Any short moves to the left from Obi-Wan. So 1 harder or 1 bank to the left is now out of the question. Oh, great position there from Drea. too hard from Obi-Wan to the right. Jumps in past all of that. But again, it comes down to where does Barriss end up? Oh, reinforcing the rear, expecting sloops there from Obi-Wan. I mean, looking back, that would be a pretty great shout. K-turn from Barriss getting right in behind. Still possible long-range 3-shot from Red, and Obi-Wan is doing the one hard, so does not fit round. I think even the 2 hard probably would have actually bumped into Barriss there. So Obi-Wan is in a little bit of a predicament. He does have... looks like he has blue and Drea in arc though. Unmodified into Drea. Range 1 into blue. Obviously, preference for myself there would have been to be able to get a shot into red. But let's see. Okay, so we at least stop the outmaneuver from blue as well. Yeah, we're going into blue. 3 hits. Good shot there. Focus blank. Does he save that focus for attack? I mean, I would be tempted. He's not. Nothing else is going to shoot at him. So yeah, he goes down to 3 hull. But yep, Ben is taking that damage. He is all about the aggression this turn. Drea is up next. Blank out. Happy with that. Ooh, not ideal there. Actually, yeah, going into green, got the CLT range 1, so not a bad amount of damage there, so oh, shield and direct hits. So these Black Sun aces are taking some damage. Can Obi-Wan survive though? Would be great if you were getting half points. Oh, that is a great shot. That is a fantastic shot. So that is a shield and crit onto Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan crit is wounded pilot. 2 health left. Focus and 2 force. Brilliant evasion is still possible, but I think it's in the bullseye, so no brilliant evasion. Outmaneuver is... oh, that is Obi-Wan dead. Those Black Suns with outmaneuver, absolutely brutal, and there is the concede. 20 points to 6. Not even going to see what red does. Giving those extra objective points, it is going to end 22 points to 6 in Ben's favour. Going from where we were back at the end of turn 2 taking down that Kirax to an utter collapse of the Galactic Republic. It makes me wonder if Palpatine was actually taking a hand in with these Scum ships, but fantastically flown there by Ben. Great target acquisition, great target choice, just absolutely taking out ships left, right and centre. What a great game. It was great to see 4 Kirax on the board, and despite the result, I love flying my Republic. But guys, that is going to be your game for this week, so thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time for some more X-Wing.